How did these reimaginings sink so low? Hi everyone, I'm Luke Filmboss, and today I will be reviewing Disney's Aladdin 2019. Let's start with the good. I liked Aladdin's parkour. That was a good little element that was put into this movie. I liked Will Smith as the genie, even though he's not as good as Robin Williams. I think Will Smith did as good as anybody else could have in the role. Robin Williams did such a good job that I don't think anybody was going to be able to fill his shoes, but Will Smith did as good as he could, and he was very enjoyable. Also, there's some pretty great, spectacular landscapes and just gorgeous visuals in this movie. But to go along with that, there's also some very bad visuals that just don't make sense in this kind of a spectacular movie. Like, it looks cheesy and fake, and the movements, I don't know if in some of the scenes they sped up the characters' movements, but it just looks very fake, especially in the one step ahead music sequence. I don't know what the filmmaker was trying to do with that, but it did not work at all. And there's multiple other scenes in the movie, none that are that bad, but some that do look a little bit too fake to be in this movie. Another good thing is that the songs and the sequences that go along with the songs are some of the best in the movie. But that also poses a huge problem, is that the songs and the spectacle that is going on with the songs is so top-notch that it overshadows the rest of the movie, and you really see how bad the rest of the movie is. I'm going to get into that more, but I also just need to say is that while the songs and all the sequences are great, they still don't live up to the animated. Some of them get close, like Friend Like Me. The visual that's going on is almost as good and maybe on the same level as the animated. But overall, none of the songs are quite as good. It's pretty much the same song sung by different people with less vocal talent and just less charisma. So what I was trying to get across with the fact that the song scenes are some of the only good parts in the movie and are by far the best parts is this movie feels like a bunch of music videos put into a very generic movie. And they're not just ordinary music videos, they're like great music videos that are out of place in a very bland, poorly written movie. Outside of Will Smith's genie, almost every character in this movie has very poorly written dialogue that's cringy and badly timed. Especially Aladdin when he's trying to be Prince, when he becomes Prince Ali and he's trying to woo the princess. He keeps tripping over his words and acting like a bumbling idiot, making a fool of himself. And it's so cringy, it's not even entertaining. Some of the parts and some of the lines are somewhat amusing, but overall it's just more like a head palm moment every time he opens his mouth. And it gets more annoying than it does entertaining. The dialogue is the main problem with this movie, and not so much the dialogue as the exposition. There is so much telling going on rather than showing. We have so many scenes where our characters are just in a room, standing or sitting, just talking to each other as a way to convey information to the audience that we either don't need or that we do need that's just not being brought out in an impactful or important way. There's a lot of scenes with Jasmine and Aladdin and Jafar and the Sultan that are like this, and it's just very uncreative, unentertaining, gets boring at times, and it's just feeding us a bunch of information, a lot of which we don't need. They try using pointless information to make you care about characters. Like, you have a scene where Jasmine's talking to Aladdin and she mentions that her mother died, but that's not important to the story, so why do we care about it? And it doesn't even fuel Jasmine's motivations further in the movie. It's just a pointless bit of dialogue and exposition that's just thrown at us for no reason to kind of explain some of her backstory. And then you have like the scene where Jasmine is talking to one of the palace soldiers after Jafar has become the Sultan. And she just rambles on about how his father did such great things, but we don't know his father. We barely know who this soldier is, and why is bringing up his father and the backstory of his father and stuff even important to the movie, and why is it meaningful? Wait. Oh, it's not. We don't care about any of it. It's not important. It's not interesting. It's just more talking, and it's boring, to be honest. Many of the characters in this movie are just very badly developed, due mostly to the fact that they spend more time talking than anything else. We don't really see inside their character by their actions or anything. It's just them telling us, like, for example, Jafar and his motivations. It's just him telling us, I'm tired of being second best, I want to be first. And then we just see him do evil stuff like throw people down wells and stuff. We don't see any real motivations for why he's doing what he's doing, why he wants to be first, why he's not satisfied with second. And then we get more exposition and dialogue about, I was once like you, Aladdin. And like, please show us something fun, show us something authentic, show us who he is as a character. Stop telling us about where he was and what he did to get to where he is, because it's not working. While on the subject of Jafar, the actor that they got to play him in this live action reimagining didn't do a good job at all. He gives no presence of menace or that he's evil, even though his character is evil in this movie, very evil actually. The actor doesn't do justice to his character at all. He doesn't feel like a threat, even though he is, and it's honestly just a laughable performance. He has such a soft voice, he doesn't have any features that resemble evil, and it doesn't even work to this movie's advantage. And then you have his evil laugh, which he's trying to mimic Jafar's evil laugh from the animated movie, which was quite sinister, to be honest. And it just becomes laughable. It's so bad. I did not like Jafar at all in this movie. Outside of some of his costumes, they look cool. But overall, he's just bad. Naomi Scott as Jasmine, she did an okay job of acting. Nothing great. I've seen better performances. But Jasmine in this movie is a very poorly developed character. She's probably the worst character in the whole movie. And we don't really see motivations for what she wants. She wants to become the Sultan, but we don't see any reason why she should become, why she deserves to be the Sultan. And we don't really see motivations as to why she wants to become... Oh wait, yeah, we got multiple lines of dialogue and exposition where she explains why she wants to be the Sultan because the people deserve better, and Jafar, his guards are abusing the people, and so she would put an end to that. But why does it have to be her? We don't see any qualities as to why she would make a good Sultan. And we have this song, this original song made for the movie, Speechless, and that song does a better job of expressing Jasmine's character than anything else in the rest of the movie. And that's not good. We need to develop Jasmine's character without a song, because the song can't be her source of character development, especially when it's not. We have so many scenes where they try to develop her character through talking rather than showing us good qualities, and then we have the song and it's like, wow, this is so good, except it's not. And then the scene near the third act where she sings her song, and it's like that moment where she's going to stop being silent. I don't know what that sequence was. The sequence where she starts singing and people around her are disappearing. How does that have any impact on this movie whatsoever? It doesn't. I got it. It was just another music video put into the movie to make for an entertaining sequence that applies to nothing in the rest of the movie. What's next? Yeah, a bunch of dialogue. So, there's the main problem. This movie is like a roller coaster of entertainment, and not in a good way. So, it's pretty much, we have something good, we have something dull and boring, poorly written, something good, dull and boring, really good, dull and boring. And it has to do with the fact that there's just so much talking, so much exposition. I'm rambling on now. Do you really need to hear more? Not really. But let's finish this off. So this movie is pretty much only good when it's sticking to the animated source material. The songs, some of the action sequences that were built up. And there is another one of this movie's biggest problems. It has the same plot and structure of the original. It's pretty much the skeleton of the original. And then they try adding some stuff in. They take some stuff out and replace it. And nothing that they add or try to reinvent matches or exceeds the original animated. Most of the stuff in this movie is just so much worse. And then you see where they actually tried to make it equal in the song sequences. And this, I don't think that this movie was a cash grab. I think that the director did want to make this film, but it was based so much on the music that they didn't really think about the rest of the movie. There's some good action sequences in here. There are some good moments of character interaction and dialogue, but there's just so much wrong, so much cringy and bad about the script and the dialogue, so much that was not impactfully developed, that it makes for a very mixed movie, a boring movie if we're being honest, that has great moments, but even the greatest moments, even those songs that they tried so hard to match the original, don't quite live up to the original animated film. So I give Aladdin a 52% in quality, a 48% in enjoyment, for an overall score of 50%. Wait, I forgot to mention, remember that party scene from the middle of the movie? Well, that whole scene was pretty pointless. Kind of like this part of the video. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to help you be on the lookout for more videos from Luke Filmboss. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.